So we'll learn a little bit of the law of the Bais Hamikdash. The menorah was in the south, the candelabra was in the south, to the left as one entered. So we mentioned before, the sanctuary, the Kodesh, the holy, had three items: the menorah, the mizbeach, and the table. But you couldn't just rearrange the room any way you want. The menorah had to be in a specific place. So it tells you the menorah was in the south, to the left as one entered. The temple was to the right. The table was to the right. So if the menorah was in the south, the table was in the north. As a pasuk it says, Zov mitzofan Yehosa. The gold comes from the north. Wealth is associated with the north. Wisdom is associated with the south. What was in the menorah? Oil. Oil is wisdom. What is the table? Table is sustenance. People sit and eat, right? So the table was in the north, and the shulchan was in the south. The menorah was in the south, and the table was in the north. The table was to the right. The menorah was the source of spiritual inspiration. The table of material wealth. I just told you. Because of the position of these objects, our sages declared in Baba Batra, he who desires, the Gemara Baba Batra 25b, he who desires to be wise should, in davening, should move a little bit to the south. And he who desires to be wealthy should turn a little bit to the north. Should face south while praying. He who desires to become wealthy should face north.
You just pray to the east.
I know you pray to the east, but you could position yourself a little bit north, or you can position yourself a little bit, you can face a little bit south.
Like this. Right.
The showbread was placed upon the table. Both of them were close to the Holy of Holies on the outside, right? The Holy and then the Holy of Holies. So the incense altar was positioned between these two, between the table and the menorah, towards the outside. Now, the visions are to be made within the temple courtyard to indicate the point to which the Israelites may proceed. It says in Masechta Tractate Midos 2:6, it said there were steps dividing between the area set aside for Israelites and the area set aside for priests. An Israelite was not permitted to proceed beyond these steps. Now it says, one of the things that we daven every day, said we want the Kohanim to do their job, the Levim, and then we say Sol b'ma'amodam. That there was ma'amodis, there was a group of Israelites that represented their community. They would be present at the time of the shechting, the korban. Let's say you're coming from the Babylonian community, you were presenting your community, and you would stand there at the time that they would process your korban. So, but there's still steps to make sure that the Israelites are not crossing where they are allowed to cross. What we call today clearance.
Right.
Each one had clearance, level of clearance. And the point to which the priests who were not able to participate in the temple service may proceed, if maybe they were Tomei or whatever the case was. Also, within it, we must build structures for the various necessities of the sanctuary. These structures were called chambers. So why the Israelites needed to be there? One of the things that they needed to do is semicha. the leaning,
Right.
right? Placing of hands on animal brought as a sacrifice. Okay, welcome to you.